Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays. This month, for the month of June, we're featuring 4 teachings in this series right here on YouTube. So, join us every Wednesday to get a new video, and we encourage you to engage with these videos. Let us know once you've watched them, what encouraged you, or maybe any changes that you're going to make in your health and wellness after you hear these videos. These are each to get us thinking about how important our overall well-being is in our walk with God. And to start us off, we're talking about spiritual health. You know, spiritual health is an integral aspect of our overall well-being. But I really do believe it's one that we often take for granted. You see everywhere about physical health, exercise, even emotional and mental health. But the most important part of our overall health is spiritual health. Why? Because it's rooted in our relationship with God. It's really about surrendering our hearts to Him and allowing Him to transform us from the inside out. You know, at its core, spiritual health is really about becoming more like Christ. That's the call of us as believers, to love God with all of our hearts and to love our neighbors as ourselves. So why is spiritual health so crucial for us? Well, because it's really about living out one's faith in our everyday life. It involves nourishing our whole body, especially our soul. And that has so much to do with our overall well-being, nourishing our soul through prayer and worship, reading the Bible. These are all vital ways to connect with God and things that build our spiritual health. So how do we cultivate good spiritual health in our journey of faith? Well, we know it begins with prioritizing time with God, being in prayer, diving into His Word, and seeking His presence through worship and community and fellowship. These are all things that nourish and sustain our souls, and they draw us closer to God and really strengthen our faith. But spiritual health isn't just about personal devotion. It's actually about living out our faith in community. That's good spiritual health, to be whole in our bodies and to also be able to represent Christ to others, to support one another, to bear each other's burdens, and to spur one another on towards love and good deeds. This is spiritual health. Now, to demonstrate it, I'm going to draw a little picture for you. So don't mind it because I'm not the greatest artist. But this is a tree trunk here. This tree trunk represents you. So how do we grow good spiritual health? Well, just like a tree needs roots to grow, as we know, most important thing for a tree to grow is roots. So these are our roots. And just like our spiritual health, we need good roots. That's things like prayer, connection to God, our Bible reading, knowing who God is and His character. That's where we get our understanding of God and our relationship with Him. It's found in community and fellowship. There are so many ways to grow deep roots. Then, as we grow these roots, just like a natural tree again, for growth to happen in a tree, the roots need to be deep. Then you start to see growth. So they bear fruit. Their leaves grow. And you start to see it. In us, it's the same with our spiritual health. These fruits are things like fruits of the Spirit. This is what we see in Scripture. That comes from deep roots in Jesus, where we can show joy and kindness, peace and patience to others. It's where we can share our story of transformation and where we see we have impact in other people's lives. These are the fruits that we start to see from good spiritual health that is rooted deep in our relationship and connection with God. So just like a tree, for their roots to continue to grow well so that it can flourish and grow, it needs to be continuously watered every day. Even if a tree has deep roots and you stop watering it, it's going to die. The same is true with us. We need to continue to water these roots. So spiritual health is an everyday drawing close to God and being able to extend His love and grace and all the things that we receive from a close relationship with Him to others. That's how we know we have good spiritual health. So I want to encourage you. We've done an interview with Karen Stiller that's coming up this week. I want to encourage you to watch that episode. Her book is called Holiness Here, and it really talks about how to live every day holy, every day more like Jesus, and how we can do that in very practical ways. So make sure to check out that on our show tomorrow, 10:30, which would be Thursday, June 6th, if you're watching this live. Or you can always find it on our website on our YouTube after June 6th. So Karen Stiller, her interview on Holiness Here, make sure to check that out.